Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Defense Up. I'm Run7. How you doing? Today we're going over Ig's defense. That's IGZ. I have a hard time pronouncing that one. You'd think it would be easy for me, but I'm not that smart of a guy. Anyway, jumping right into it. We grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their place with their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Team number 1 is the Uncanny with Squirrel Girl. So I like this better as a Doom comp with Doom in it. Because they're just going to come into this with a Kestral, and then this really built up Phoenix is totally useless. I like that you've got Squirrel Girl in here for a cleanse, although, like I said, if Doom were in there, it would be more important to have that cleanse. Phoenix kind of cleanses everybody herself anyway. I'm not thrilled by this. I think there's better things we can be doing with the Uncanny. But it's, let's see, healer, striker. I mean, that ISO doesn't matter, of course, because she dies and that doesn't carry over. Striker over here. You've got 1 skirmisher, 2 strikers, 2 healers. Man, Storm's not a great pick for this team either. I like Psylocke better, giving those evades and stuff to the team, or Wolverine doing some damage. He combos with Cyclops or Colossus very well. So I think who you're using is all messy here. I think the only ones I really like is maybe that you put Squirrel Girl in here, and it's kind of the wrong build for Squirrel Girl. She's better paired up with a Doom to keep him clean. Not a terrible thing. It's slot number 1. Hopefully you've got some better stuff coming up in your lineup. But it's okay. The power levels are pretty wonky. And again, I'd see this great big Phoenix and I'd just say, okay, Kestrel and Friends, and it's done. Like, I could punch way up on this team with a Kestral, because the rest of these guys aren't doing much without Phoenix on the field. So for me, this is just pretty meh. I'm going to give you a C for that one. Let's move over to team number 2 is the Mercenaries with Red Skull and Zemo on the team. Okay, so Red Skull's getting some extra speed up, but he doesn't have a lot of synergy with the Mercs. I'd rather, like, this is like 2 decent defenses combined into 1 crappy defense. I'd rather see the Zemo, Red Skull, Hydra minion defense team. I think that's pretty good when you have 3 minions plus Zemo out there with Red Skull. 75% damage reduction is almost 100% damage reduction when it comes to Red Skull. So I think you should be fielding that team. And in this day and age, when we've got so many different slots to fill, you kind of want to be splitting things up rather than combining them. Taskmaster is a skirmisher, but you only have 1 Merc as a striker, and Merc Riot Guard is only attacking less than every other turn. The way the energy comes out, he's attacking less than every other turn. And so you're not really maximizing that skirmisher triple hit combo right there. Healer on this guy is fine. I just really can't get excited. I mean, you've got 2 explosions coming out of the gate, right? You've got Zemo and you've got Taskmaster kind of blowing things up right out of the gate. If you're gonna go that way, then why not throw Hela in here too, right? You know, you could put like Hela in here, and then you've got 3 people. Why not throw in Coulson too? Now you got 4 people just exploding things right off the bat, if that's what you're going for. Because really, there's not a lot happening with these ISOs. Zemo might as well be a skirmisher. He works as a raider, that's fine, but I like him better as a skirmisher because you really want that ability block to stick. Yeah, I think you're kind of messing things up. I think you're wasting 2 teams. For me, this is a D. It might cause some problems with the early explosions and some speed, but it's not fantastic. And remember, a lot of the benefits that happen on the Mercs team are when you have 4 and 5 Mercs. The more Mercs you have, the more stuff you get for those Mercs. So replacing them with Hydra members is not the way to go. Not excited about this team. And also, yeah, your placement over here, you need him adjacent to 2 people, not out on the end. So swap places with Taskmaster if you're going to run this team. But really, get some more Mercs in here. Get like Ultimus and Koreth the Pursuer is probably your best bet. And then for the other team, you want the 3 minions. Probably with Zemo, you could use Grenadier, Hydra Sniper, and then maybe like the Hydra Armored Guard, I think it is, that taunts. Yeah, use him maybe. Or the Trooper, he's good too. Any of those minions are fine. I believe there's like a scientist or something. Oh, my nose itches so bad today. Driving me absolutely bonkers. Okay, moving on. Team number 3. What is this? What is this? Okay, so we've got Hero Brawler. She's a protector, not a brawler. She's a protector, not a brawler. You've got Skirmisher Striker over here. Skirmisher on her. And Healer here. I'm trying to figure out what you're doing here. Again, this is two decent defensive teams mashed together, and you're losing value. You need to replace these. Well, you need to pick a direction here is what you got to do. Are you going to put a Hero Brawler team out, which I don't recommend? I think that team is disgustingly bad. Or are you going to put a Fantastic Four team out with She-Hulk? I think that's a pretty decent defense. I think you should make this the Fantastic Four with She-Hulk. Add in Johnny and Mr. Fantastic up here. Get rid of your Hero Brawlers. Be using this guy for offense with your Supernatural or Hella Natural team that still does a lot of things. Maybe not a priority build, but it's still a good offensive team if you've got them lying around. Yeah, I think this is a total waste right here. This is another D for me. It's better than Shield Guards, but you're really wasting stuff. You're wasting a lot of potential. I also think She-Hulk should be a skirmisher at this point in time. Otherwise, Fortifier is probably the way to go, even though I don't like Fortifier at all. Team number 4. Okay, we've got a quasi-tech villain with Shuri and Killmonger. So why don't you take Shuri and Killmonger, put those guys on your Merc team, and then fill this out with maybe like Doc Ock and... I don't know, is Korath tech or is he skill? I can't remember. No, I don't know. Fill them out and just make it a tech villain team. You have Vulture in here, I don't care. That would be a better way to go. This is all right, though. Like, you have some just duality synergy right here with these two. She's putting defense up on everybody, passing out a little bit of energy off the get-go. Ultron's doing Ultron things. You've got, she's pretty dodgy, and she's trying to revive somebody. You might consider a tank in here. Yeah, that's what I do. Get rid of these two. Put in, like, Doc Ock and a pre-taunting tank or a tank that taunts early to protect Ultron. You could even do... if you wanted to, if you don't want to put Doc Ock in here, you could do like Drax and what's his name? The hand minion Sentry, Hand Sentry. It's the old Hide the Toaster one, which was kind of fun. I like Ultron for plug and play on offense, to be honest though. I think this is another team you're mashing some things up. Move these guys over to your Merc team in the meantime and go with a tech villain team. Or just break this up and use it as a hybrid. But again, this is better. You've got a little bit more synergy going on here. But I think you went from a D to a C- is all. Yeah, moving on. Team number 5. Here we go. This is a Doom Brotherhood with Doc Ock. Oh, we got some serious problems going on here. Look, Blob and Doc Ock give out adjacent deflex. Blob on every turn and Doc Ock whenever somebody attacks. So you don't want them on the outside. You want, let's go, how should we do your placement? Let's put Doom in the middle. Let's put Blob and Doc Ock adjacent to him. And then we'll put Jugs and Magneto out on the edges. I think that could be interesting. That's going to be a lot of deflex going on Doom, making him very tough to get through. I think it's probably overkill having Doc Ock on this team. I think you could use him elsewhere, but I don't think it's a total waste. I think it's going to make a really challenging team with those heals and stuff. Could be really good. Yeah, it's all right. Another choice is put a Toad in here so that you can get a taunt off on him faster, but it doesn't really matter. Raider, Skirmisher, Raider, Hailer, Striker. I like all those ISOs. I think they're good. Yeah. You have a level 3 Striker with nobody putting out level 3 vulnerables. You know, you don't have a level 3. So if you made him a level 3 Skirmisher to put out the double vulnerables, you'd get more value out of him. But I think you've got him beefed up for other places, and this is just where you put him on war defense. No, this is pretty good. Fix the placement, and I could totally give you an A for this. As is, I think it's a B+. Team number 6, Heroes for Hire. It's perfect placement. It's a boring team. I can't get excited about this, but you get an A for it. You're doing everything right. If you're curious about Heroes for Hire, pause your screen, take a look. This is how you do it. Moving on. Okay, team number 7, WepX on defense. I think WepX should definitely be used on offense 100%. But if you're going to use them on defense, now's the time. I'm not going to dock people for putting them on defense right now because you can't trip people up. I think Shadowlands beats them. There's a couple of other things. I really got to get out that offensive list out there for people so we can see what beats what. Let's see. Striker, Skirmisher, Raider. This is fine. Alternatively, you could make him a Skirmisher for offense, making sure he sticks the ability block on Misty Knight if you're having that health issue where he's the highest health. If he's not the highest health, then he should definitely be a striker. You can make him a striker for more damage output. I run mine as a striker. I think it's fantastic that way. Skirmisher's really good. He has the thing like Bishop. He gets attacked, or like Blob too. He gets attacked, he retaliates, he puts the vulnerable out on people. And you have 2 Raiders. Word is that you could make Wolverine a striker, and it'll give him speed up on his retaliatory attacks. As is, this is fine. It's good placement. You might consider putting her to the outside and putting him in the middle because he's a little tougher. She's kind of squishy, relatively speaking, but she does have a lot of dodge abilities also. So, yeah. Another choice might be next to him. If you find that she's dodging enough and staying alive, you might put her next to the Silver Samurai. Yeah, so I'm going to give you... I really don't like seeing this team on defense, but I don't want to knock you for it because it's early days and this is when you want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and give you the A for this team, but pretty soon you do need to be running them on offense. Scooch up in my chair here a bit, and moving to team number 8. This is Kestrel and Friends, although these are unfamiliar friends. This is a weird team. At first I'm thinking, oh, it's an Inhumans hybrid, but then you've got Sinister and stuff. Like, I think you're just taking some leftover characters and plugging them in to build a team here at this point. I don't see any synergy with these characters. Like, okay, both Kestrel and Black Bolt have the ability to kill people and have them not revive. So this looks more like an offensive kill team, and you're just slotting it in on defense. You've got an early damaging attack with her. She also self-cleanses, and Sinister can clone somebody. So maybe you're going into... Who would you... I don't know. I don't know what to do with this team. I think it's kind of a mismatch. I think there's way better synergized teams, but I don't think you're doing anything too wrong. I'm curious where your Emma is, if not on an Emerauder team. Not a ton of synergy, but it's not bad either. You've got all the correct ISOs on people. Again, level 3 striker, no level 3 corresponding skirmisher, so you're not getting much value. But again, she's probably been leveled up for other game modes. And like I said, I think this is just a thrown together team to fill a slot. It's interesting. I'm gonna give you a B+ for this, actually. I don't really see any way to change it other than going to a more standard meta. I think this is your weak link right here. She's not doing as much damage as she used to be, and I think that you should put in somebody like Crystal. Put Crystal in on this team. She's got the synergy with these two. Helps to do the heal, keep the team up and going a little better. Yeah, it's okay though. I just think some of these characters could be used to better effect. It's all right though. You're not doing anything too wrong. It's interesting. Team number 9. New Warriors with Emma and Silver Surfer. I heard this team is a nightmare. I heard this team is a total nightmare. Okay, I personally like Loki on this team as a 4th or 5th person. Emma makes them really tough because she gives them that cleanse and cleanses all the positive effects from the opposing team. You've got huge ISOs, huge investment. Skirmisher, Striker, Raider over here. That's interesting. I like her as a striker. I like her as a striker everywhere, not as a Raider. I think Raider's a bad choice. I think you're kind of losing potential there on that one. You have a level 3 striker. You do have a level 3 skirmisher. That's good. You don't have a lot of people putting vulnerables on the field. Maybe that's why you have her as a Raider. So on this build, with this many strikers, having her as a Raider is probably a good thing. Although, you know what? I think it would be better if you're gonna switch somebody to a Raider to get more vulnerables on this thing. If you had ungodly amounts of ISO to waste, and no one does, I think that maybe Death, actually Silver Surfer might actually be the better raider choice. I'm seeing people use him as a raider. It's kind of weird because he doesn't have a lot of like bouncing effects. I don't know, doesn't matter. I'm glad that you have 2 people putting out vulnerables and 2 people soaking them up. I do think that she's a better striker. I think Deathpool's probably the better raider choice for this team, but these, you know, these people, they're supposed to be strikers and skirmishers. She's supposed to be a striker also. Okay. How do we grade this team? I think it's a devastating team. Just a devastating defense to go into. I think it's super challenging. I think it's an absolute nightmare. I'm going to give you an A for this team. The ISOs kind of bother me, but at the same time, they're kind of appropriate for this build. Yeah, I'm going to give you an A for this. This thing's looking pretty sexy. Yeah. Like I said, I use other characters, and then like Emma and Surfer could be used on a different team to make more defenses rather than one super defense, but this is scary. This is really scary. Good job on that one. Number 10. Oh, Infinity Watch on defense. This is no good. Unless you're going to be AFK, you got to have Infinity Watch on offense. I think WepX should be on offense also to counter those hero for hire teams. Everybody gets stuck on them. The smaller alliances that don't have full 24 people with a full Infinity Watch have trouble clearing everything. Definitely think this should be on offense. As is, you do have the appropriate defensive build with... no, wait. You have her as a skirmisher? What is that all about? Why a skirmisher there? As a secondary choice, she should be a healer. Primary choice is a striker. Doesn't matter. She's probably going to be replaced by Cersei soon anyways. Yeah, I don't like this. So if you were to tell me that you were AFK and you needed this on your defense for while you're gone, then I would say, okay, it's a B. I don't like this ISO. But since that doesn't seem to be the case, and you're just running them as a defensive team, man, this is a huge waste of offensive potential. I'm gonna give you a C-. I don't like this at all. I definitely think you should be running it on offense and put something else on defense. I don't know, replace it with a Black Order or something like that. You really need this and your Weapon X to go through that heroes for hire. Otherwise, your alliance just doesn't get the win. Okay, this has been Defense Up for Iggs. Some interesting teams. I kind of like some of this. Like, this was great. This was interesting, though I think we could do better. And then we get on down the list here to, what was it, like this team? No, this was good. And this one, interesting again, but man, this one was a disaster, right? I really didn't like this. Okay, if you want to have your defense featured, just find me on my Discord, links in the description. Like, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and I'll catch you for the next one. Just remember, don't just have a good game, guys. Be good to yourself and others too. Bye.